There are a number of ways to maximize your chances of getting a loan. For starters, you need to look at the initial criteria set by the lender or partner, such as Capital Beam, which includes being over a certain age, such as being over 18 years old, living in the US, having a social security number, being employed, and earning a minimum of $500 or $800 per month. This is your kind of starting point to be approved for a typical kind of payday, unsecured or short-term loan. Beyond this, there are a number of things which you can do to kind of maximize your chance of approval. For starters, a lot of unsecured lenders run a series of credit checks. So obviously having a good or fair credit score can only help. Now, amazingly, a lot of Americans don't check their credit scores regularly, and this is often available for free. There are free trials and there even are services where you can find ways to check your credit score for free. And you might be surprised, there are a few little things you can do to quickly boost your score, especially if you have a history of bad credit, or maybe you're very young and have no credit at all. But there are little things like joining the electoral register, or maybe just closing down some credit cards that you don't use, or any credit or any accounts. Really, if you've got a joint account with a sibling or a relative or a spouse, and they have bad credit, even just disassociating can boost your score as well. Beyond this, there are a couple of little tricks. For instance, you should certainly try apply between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on a typical workday, because this will mean that the lender or partner will typically be available to check your loan, maybe ask you some follow-up questions, and certainly help it push through so it can be funded. Whereas if you apply at 12 p.m. or 2 in the morning or on a Saturday or a Sunday, it will only get dragged and dragged for the next working day. Meanwhile, if you're there and ready to go, it can certainly help. Now, this is similar when you apply. If you give absolutely accurate and detailed information, like you must give your real name, your real employer's name, your real income, you must give your real bank details, and do not worry, it is often secured as long as there is a secured sign in the top of the website. But making sure you give accurate information is important, because if there's something which doesn't look right, it will probably flag on one of the tools used by the lender. They use a number of tools to automate and verify for fraud. So if you've given something wrong, they will only have to call you or to check it, or they'll have to ask you to send in a document, and this will only slow things down. So giving accurate information is always key. And when you do apply, just keep yourself near your phone or near your email, just so you can respond quickly, rather than going off to work or going to the gym or going to play sports or going to watch or going to a friend's house, just so you can be readily available. And just because you were declined maybe at one time of the month doesn't mean you can't be approved at another time, because some lenders only have a maximum number of loans they can offer per month. So if you apply right at the end of the month, they may not be able to fund you because they're capped out, or because they're only going to take the best of the best. But if you maybe apply earlier in the month, you may have a better chance of approval. So hopefully those are a few things to get your motors running. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact us directly.